Hey guys, it's Bro You Whack, and it's that time of the competitive season again where it's possibly one of the worst times to try to be climbing the ladders, just trying to climb the next tier at Overwatch, and how it's very frustrating because we all can vouch for that, right? We all have so many stories of, oh, I lost 200 SR, I lost 300 SR, whatever the case may be, and in this video, I just wanted to explain why it's really the worst time, especially right now, towards the end, but not even that, just explain why Season 5 is so much different than the other seasons, and what Blizzard should do to try to change just their whole entire competitive scene for Season 6, because I feel, like I said before, many people are going to vouch that this is possibly one of the worst seasons of all time. Now, so many people are going to say, oh, it's because there's so many throwers, there's so many toxic people, but the thing is, they were always around, right? They were always around in Season 2, and Season 3, and Season 4. You're always going to get those kinds of people, but it's right now that so many people are seeing just a big batch of them because, well, it's the end of the season. People just don't really care what happens to their SR anymore, even though that they really should, because it kind of feeds into the next season with the placement games, because the placement games unfortunately isn't really a clean slate. In fact, that's kind of actually a good fortunate thing because it motivates people to still try to do good even towards the end of the season. But getting back to what I was talking about before, people just really don't care about their SR rank. They don't care what happens, so they're really just gonna play the heroes that they want and focus on themselves rather than the team as a whole. And that's the biggest thing when it comes to competitive that people just really don't understand. I always say you should always try to have fun and competitive. Now, some people can misconstrue that and say that you have to play the meta or you have to play certain heroes. You're not allowed to play Widowmaker or play Torbjorn or play Mei or Symmetra or whatever the case may be. I'm not saying that, but really what you should do is look at the team as a whole and worry about them and what would work out best for the team rather than yourself. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say that people just don't care about competitive Overwatch, because no, people do. Whether you're on PC or console, whether you're a bronze player or you're a Grandmasters player, you're always going to get people that are very passionate about competitive Overwatch, such as myself, right? You know, if I go into a game, I'm always looking at what's the best way that we can try to get this W, and if someone on my team mains Sombra or mains Torbjorn, you know, I'm willing to be flexible and work around that to try to make sure that they're able to go off and to ensure us just to achieve that win just a whole lot easier. But the thing is, people just aren't very flexible or just straight up don't care, and that's why I'm making this video, because I'm sure we've all run into those people that really just don't care about the win. Now, I'm not sitting here and trying to just tell you guys, oh, you need to be a try-hard Henry. Every time you go into a game, you need to try to get the W, and that's all that you can't have fun. No, I'm really not saying that. I'm just trying to point out the reasons why you might be seeing an fluctuated amount of throws in your game, because it's the very end of the season. People got the ranks that they want, and in turn got the competitive points that they want. You know, they don't really care for competitive that much at that point, so they're willing to just throw the game away. Even someone that competes at the mid-masters rank, or even now, right now, unfortunately, at the high diamond rank, I'm still getting throwers, and people are just not really caring. You know, they see someone go Hanzo and they're like, oh my god, it's the end of the world, we're gonna lose, you know, even though that Hanzo got more kills than you. I'm just saying. And I think it's that carefree attitude that really does kill Overwatch, not even for the higher ranks, but even for the lower ranks, but especially in Season 5 because of the added rule that Blizzard did add to competitive, which, if you guys don't know, every time that you give above 3k, you have to play pretty much one game every single day so that you don't decay, whereas beforehand, if you played at least one game per week, you were good for 7 days, and then you wouldn't decay. Now you have to play a total of like 7 games for 1 day to be good for 1 week. But the thing is, that makes people forced to play competitive, and I get the reasons why they added this rule is to kind of eliminate Smurf accounts, right? To try to eliminate people that really don't belong in the ranks that they don't belong in, you know? It's in fluctuated ranks. But I feel like this makes people just kind of forced to play competitive and not really have the mentality to try to win, more or less have the mentality not to decay. Now, obviously, this is a problem that the people in the high ranks have to face, whereas people in bronze up to high platinum, they might be sitting, oh, that's not too big of a problem, and it's really not as much as I'm making it out to be, but I feel like it's just a system that really hurts people more than really helps them, whereas if they go back to the older system, it would get rid of this, oh, I'm just playing so I don't decay, because the mentality that those people have is kind of the same mentality that people in the lower ranks have to face, which is, I just don't care, and that's my biggest problem, because when you go into competitive, I feel like you should have the mentality of wanting to work together as a team and wanting to get the win. Obviously to have fun because, well, it's a video game, but also if you just want to mess around, if you just want to be selfish, because that's the problem that so many people are having in competitive. They're feeling selfish. They know they're a great Hanzo, but they're not willing to switch when they know it's a problem. Whereas in quick play, you can be selfish. You can play attack Symmetra. You can play defensive freaking Genji. That was a terrible example, but you get what I'm trying to say. That's the place, and that is the default playlist. Whereas competitive, Yes, you should try to have fun. Yes, you can use the hero that you want, but man, I just wish there was a way that people just would get it through their head that you want to try to work together as a team. And you see so much more people right now at this time, which is probably the reason why you aren't climbing and what makes it the worst time to climb in competitive, but what makes it the most important time to climb, because this is going to set the momentum for Season 6. This is going to set the momentum for you to climb in Season 6, whereas if you just give up right now, I feel like you're going to give yourself a bigger disadvantage, whereas if you try right now, you're going to set yourself up for just greater success. And that's the biggest reason why I want to make this video, is to, yes, explain why it's the worst time, explain why you're probably not climbing and why it's kind of a problem on Blizzard's end, even though they had the right intentions, but also just to motivate you, just to help you out, because yes, I might be a channel that makes a lot of tip videos with how to improve your aim or just how to remap your buttons, you know, basic stuff like that where it just takes practice, but also be like kind of like a motivational figure to get you back into competitive, just to climb maybe just 100 SR, because it sets your mentality up for Season 6, realizing, yes, I can climb, yes, I am able to, whereas if you maybe dropped 400 SR and you just completely quit, you're just sitting there in dubs saying, man, screw Season 6, screw Season 7, man, screw Pokemon for whatever reason, I'm just pissed off, and you know, just getting rid of that mentality and realizing, yes, I am a winner, yes, I can climb, and I'm ready for Season 6, because while Season 5 might have been my worst season, even though there's still room to improve, I'm still ready for Season 6, because the meta is going to change, and there's so much room to improve, and I'm going to get a whole batch of people that are wanting to win, and just to overrule all the people that really don't care. But I do want to get your guys' thoughts on Season 5, and the reasons why you think this is probably one of the worst seasons. So I love you guys, thank you guys for watching more Overwatch videos to come, and bye.